If you've been following my channel for a while, I'm sure you noticed that the vast majority of the beats I've uploaded within the past couple years have been somewhat Drain Gang inspired. And honestly, saying that something's inspired by Drain Gang or whatever could mean something totally different depending on who you ask. And that's just due to the fact that their discography varies widely in sound. But what does anything mean at the end of the day, right? Like, you should probably just make whatever you enjoy most, cause when you think about it, nothing really matters anyways. But yeah, since it's probably the genre that I like making the most, it would only make logical sense for me to go through making one of them. I started out with this melody, which I made using this preset in Serum, and to get this sound you could probably just find it on Reddit. They have a lot of good stuff on there, especially if you go to the Serum presets subreddit. So I started out with the root notes in C minor and then added a melody on top of that using the root notes in the scale of D sharp major. Not to get too into music theory or anything, but if you just Google the relative major to C minor, and what do you know? It's D sharp major. So yeah, the formula I use is I have the root notes follow the minor scale, then with the top line melody being major, it gives it that emotional kind of sound. For the second melody, I picked out this preset in Serum, then after that I literally just copied and pasted the first melody by pressing Command C and Command V on the keyboard. I changed the bass notes slightly just to simplify things, but literally everything else is exactly the same. And then I put gross beat on it with the halftime preset, and it sounds like this. And then I added this atmospheric pad type of thing. And then finally, I added these bass stabs that are just following the root notes in the chord progression. Alright, so this would be the part of the video where I talk about the drums, but if I'm being honest, I was feeling too lazy to do that, so I just exported these melodies, which you can do by selecting split mixer tracks and then hitting start. And then I sent them to my boy Night Tiger. Speaking of which, you should definitely check out his channel if you haven't already. He makes content similar to mine, like beats and tutorials and all that. But yeah, since he's making the drums, I'm just gonna let him finish up the rest of this video, and I'm probably gonna go take a nap right now, so take it away, man.
Once you do have a Drain Gang style melody, you got to complement that with some Drain Gang drums. As for the hi-hats, we're trying to make something more groovy, and we can achieve that with lots of hi-hat pauses and lots of hi-hat rolls. You can place the rolls pretty much wherever you want, and you can remove some hi-hats in places you're gonna add some other percussion later. I'm gonna play this hi-hat right there, and then I'm gonna show you how the other percussion complements this hi-hat pattern. By the way, I use this preset right here. I'm going to turn on some other perks, and you can see that when the hi-hat is not playing, there's usually other percussion that are taking the place of the hi-hats. A good trick is to let the open hat be the only percussion sound to play before the clap, like here. It creates a lot of bounce and a lot of tension. I used a very short open hat sound, exactly this one, and I lay down a very simple pattern. And this clap right there to lay down the classic clap pattern that everybody uses. This snare right here for some accents, as well as this nice rim sound. Always pay attention to how the drums sound with your melody and if they fit. I lay down a very simple 808 pattern with a very classic 808 sound, and I just follow the root notes that Cabber showed you earlier. I also lay down a kick pattern with this kick, and lay down this pattern. I also sidechain the kick to the 808 into the melody. Very subtle sidechain settings, but they really help the groove. On top of that, we have a basic crash pattern that just emphasizes the rest of the drums. Use this crash right here. All the drums sound like this. For the transitions, I used the very basic crash riser and also the classic ripsquad DP riser. And also every 8 bars I have this crash playing right there, and the full transition sounds like this. If you feel like your beat is lacking some character or is just empty sounding in general, you can add some rain ambience to help it out, or just any ambience in general. Also, I wanted to add some nice subtle variation to the melody as the beat goes on, so what I did was actually export the entire melody that Cabber made. I sped it up twice, so it sounds like this. Then I applied some crow's beat right there, some pan man to make it go from the left earphone to the right, just a cool panning effect. I also added Luke's Verb, which is the new reverb plugin in FL Studio, and some EQ to clean it out. Then I chopped it up to smaller pieces to fit the chord progression, and the entire thing sounds like this. And together with the melody, it just adds really nice ambience to the melody. You can do stuff like that with like pretty much any melody, right? After some arranging, we have a full beat that sounds like this. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn some more things and see some more videos like this, subscribe to Cabber on YouTube, and you can check my channel as well. My name is Night Tiger, and I'll see you very, very soon.